Peace and abundant blessings to you in this beautiful year of 2024. I hope that your year is off to a great start. I know that mine's definitely is. And I'm just really grateful to be back in a space where I can do all the things that I desire to do. So I kind of want to share, I guess, my process with you. I am sitting here surrounded by decks, which is interesting because it's a little overwhelming. So I have close to 400 tarot and oracle decks, and a good majority of my collection has been in storage for a few years, and I'm finally getting them out. I have this divination practice that I started, I believe, last year or towards the end of 2022, and I created a divination journal to go along with it because I like to have my specific readings in specific journals. So I haven't started that process yet because I don't know which decks to work with. I guess I have deck paralysis because I'm like, I want to use all of them. It's very interesting because I have a database that I created where I list out the name of the deck, the creator, when I purchased it, the amount, and then just kind of categorize it based on theme. And then I added a new column after taking this course on deck collecting, on which decks did I were forever decks, which ones did I want to keep, which ones was I unsure about, which ones I would want to sell, and which ones, I think I may even had like a giveaway column. And I find it really fascinating because I don't want to get rid of any of them at this time, simply because I haven't worked with them, and realizing like, okay, why I purchased a particular deck or why I was drawn to a particular deck. So I found that like my relationship with my collection has changed, and I'm just sitting here in the abundance of it all, absolutely grateful and blessed. And it's interesting, I wanted to share one of the decks that I was most excited to receive, but I can't get to it because it was one of the first decks that came out of the box, and it was actually, I want to say Mary and the Angels. It's a Doreen Virtue deck, and I don't even know that I work with that deck. I found some others that are still in the plastic, like the Tarot of the Orishas. That deck I've not opened and looked at. So this year is going to be very, very fun for me. I will definitely be doing a lot more tarot videos, sharing my collection, talking about the different decks, and also doing readings. So I did say that I wanted to focus this channel on tarot for love, healing, and relationships. So that is what I am going to be doing. So I'm gonna take a quick break and grab some of the decks that I was really, really excited to see again. And then I will talk about, actually, I'm gonna do that in a separate video because they're literally everywhere. And I'm going to share with you my journal that I published. It is the Major Key Divination Tarot and Oracle Journal. It will be back available on Amazon. It's not right now because there are some updates that I would like to make to it. So that's one of the things that I plan on doing this year. And also I wanted to do a master class or some sort of like teaching on how to use the Major Key spread. Oh, I meant to bring my journal with me because this was something that I channeled from my guides on doing this Major Key divination practice each day. So it started with, it evolved from my card, pulling my card of the day, and just evolved into something much more. And it's interesting because even now, the more that I do it, the more that it continues to evolve. So the practice has shifted a little bit, but it starts out with a monthly Major Key reading where I look at the major key, the major energy, and I use this spread with a combination of tarot and oracle, hence why I'm overwhelmed, because I'm like, okay, which decks do I desire to use? Last month, the decks that I used were, I used the Hoodoo Tarot, I don't have that journal with me. So this is like a 6-month worth of spreads, which is why it's so monstrous and so thick, and I love it. And there's lots of pages to journal. So anyways, so it starts out with a monthly reading. So we look at the major key, the overarching energy. Then there's the guiding energy, spiritual path, and healing path. And so the guiding energy can be like, what's guiding you? What is it that you need to gravitate towards? The spiritual path, because deepening my spiritual practice is something that's very important to me. So I pull a card specific to that. And then the healing path, where do I need to focus on healing? Things like that. And then I write out which oracles I'm going to use for those monthly themes. And then the deck that I work with for a month. So it also helps me to do a tarot study with any particular tarot and oracle decks, because those are the decks that I set aside specifically for this every day. The monthly cards that I pull are the ones that sit on my altar. And I'm so excited. Like, I really want to talk to you guys about my decks. I'm trying to focus because I've been looking forward to this moment for so long, and it's finally here. I think I have 394 decks. There are still a few that I haven't logged back in, and I'm just truly, truly grateful. So anyway, so I do my monthly deck selection, then I pull my oracles and journal about those. And then each month, the card or the energy that I pull, it always ties back into the major themes. And so each reading builds off of each other. So for the key energy of the day, that's going to be the daily oracle. Like today, the card that I pulled was New Beginnings. I used my Sacred Geometry cards that I have not touched in forever. And the message was just so beautiful and so potent. It was about rebirth and, you know, having a new perspective, starting new, and just yes. And then I have these key areas of life that I want to focus on. So I have money, devotion, which is my spiritual practices, business, and then there's love. Love for me is not about romantic love in a sense. It's more so about just my relationship space overall. Sometimes it focuses on self-love, but this year I'm actually using the love space for parenting because I really want to focus on my relationship with my girls. So I'm going to use that space to focus on parenting, especially with my soon-to-be 9-year-old. And so I'm pulling a card for that. So I do this monthly, every single month, and fill up this journal. There's lots of space for me to write, and then each month for the new month there's a blank page for me to see what guidance, what I really need to focus on. When I go back and review the monthly themes, I think last year, no, in 2022, the card that I pulled for like June or something was chaos, and it was so chaotic, but in a good way. It was very interesting to see how the energy of chaos played out for me. Once I make some updates to this is going to be available on Amazon, and I want to sit down and actually record, maybe I'll do it live, a live masterclass, so that anybody that purchases it can access it and really understand how to use this to elevate in your life. Because since I began doing this practice on a daily basis, so many amazing magical things have changed for me. I think one of the changes that I nope, I'm gonna leave these areas I don't know, I might make it blank. Maybe I'll make a second edition that has blank. So if someone else wants to focus on different areas of life, you can absolutely do that. But for me, like, these are the areas that I really want to focus on. So that's why I put them in there, because it's been magical. It's been so magical. So yeah, that is the Major Key Divination Journal, 6 months of absolute magic in this book. That's it. I still don't know which decks I'm gonna use, but I will just stop this and do another video and share with you some of the decks that I'm really excited to see and put my hands on again. And yeah, I'm just really grateful. So far, 2024 is off to a beautiful start for me. I shared in my newsletter spiritual love notes. If you're not signed up, you can do that on my website at jovhannatisdale.com/guide. And I just shared, like, I didn't do any of the things that I normally do for the new year, as far as like having my vision board done, my calendars and planners, all, like, everything laid out. I haven't done any of that, but I still feel more ready for this year than ever. And I think it's just because of a very clear focus. So for me, January is all about setting up my systems, or the foundations, the pieces of the puzzle that I will need to succeed in the goals that I set for myself. And yeah, just getting settled again. I'm exhausted because I have been going non-stop, but it's worth it. It is all worth it. And I'm gonna definitely have to take some time off, some time to myself, so I can, like, regenerate and rest and just bask in the glory that is life. All right, I'm rambling. I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in, for subscribing, and I will be back to share with you the cards. I'll probably try to keep it to like 10. That's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna try to keep it to like 10 decks and share what I'm excited about with them. All right, bye.